Once I feel stable, bringing the arm overhead, then bringing it back to my side, I can increase the frequency with which I do that. But I won't increase that frequency to the point where it destabilizes me. So I'll do that with somewhat faster frequency now.
You may already be familiar with this as single arm backstroke. The main difference here is in emphasizing hip rotation more than the arm stroke. Left hip drives up as your right hand enters. Right hip drives up as you finish the right hand stroke. Keep quiet water around your face as you increase rhythm.
Now that streamlined position is a very important one in backstroke, so it's important to really get a great sense of balance and stability there, of being aligned and slippery. So it's really a good idea to practice that position a lot.
Concentrate first on relaxing into the water. Release your head back until the water wraps around your goggles. Lean your torso back until your hips feel light. You can see how much of my body is actually underwater. Letting yourself sink in equilibrium is the secret to feeling supported at the hips. With so much of your body underwater, as it will be in swimming too, it's critical to give most of your attention to streamlining. Extend your arms straight from your shoulder. Keep your legs within the shadow of your body. Keeping just a small space between your shoulder and ear will help imprint the right position for the entry in switch drills and hole stroke. Keeping your head and the dry shoulder stable like this are also valuable habits to imprint here for everything that follows. Hosh is demonstrating a good way to add value to your streamlined position practice. Once your balance is solid, activate your hand this way, repeatedly sculling it to the catch position. This imprints how you'll position your hand before stroking. Backstroke switch drills help connect your stroke to core power and improve your stroke timing.
In order to be able to maintain my most slippery position for a little bit longer in each stroke cycle, what I'm going to try to do is learn timing where I stay here until this hand is moved at least 30 degrees and then quickly move to my slippery position on the other side. So I'll begin to develop this skill by just practicing my streamlined position and raising my hand off the water a little bit. I don't have to go to 30 degrees right away. I can go a little bit less, just a little bit off the water, see if I'm stable there, and then return it. If I'm stable there, then I can bring it up a little bit higher, and gradually until I've reached at least 30 degrees. Some people can raise it a little bit higher than that.
This exercise prepares you for switch drills by teaching you to maintain balance as you overlap your recovery arm with the one about to stroke. Good balance and streamlined position is essential to doing this comfortably. Relaxing my head and shoulders back lets me lift my arm without sinking. If I remain stable while I lift my arm, I'll be able to wait until this moment in my recovery to begin my stroke. I try to stay as relaxed as possible while holding my arm aloft. Notice how Hosh's alignment and rotation are unchanged when his hand is in the air. A stable body position is more important than a higher hand position or holding it there longer. If you don't feel stable, don't lift as high or hold as long. This is my favorite way to practice backstroke kicking. When you've achieved good control while lifting either arm, add a switch as Hosh does here. Do several partial recoveries, then switch sides when your hand reaches the point you've been lifting to. Call this your switch point. This will quickly imprint proper switch timing on both sides. Leave your extended hand motionless and your body stable until your hand reaches the switch point on the full recovery. Doing 3 lifts, then a switch, will help you more quickly sense your best switch point. When you feel it, do just 1 lift before each switch. In the 1-in-1, I focus on being smooth and controlled as I stroke and switch sides. Once I'm consistently smooth, I focus on synchronizing my 2 arms. The critical timing here is to feel your hands pass each other at the shoulders. This will help you feel like both arms are connected across your shoulder blades, helping link core power to your stroke.
As I did on the previous drills, on the backstroke switch drill, I'll increase the rhythm or frequency by not spending so long in my balance position in between. So now what I'll do is as soon as my left hip reaches the surface, that left hand will start to come out of the water. All right? I'm going to bring it out slowly. I'm going to wait with my right hand, but I won't wait here. I'll start coming out as soon as my left hip reaches the surface.
I begin each stroke aiming to finish up at my switch point rather than at my hip. This puts a lot of energy in the finish and exit, but I strive to reach the switch point smoothly. I pause there briefly, then resume recovery. This is another good challenge to your control and coordination. This is a highly advanced switch drill. It might take months or years to fully master its coordination. If you remove the pause at the switch point, you'll be doing catch-up switch. Do the first half of your recovery as slowly as you can while being patient with the other hand. Focus on holding a long, aligned, and slightly rotated body line until you reach the switch point. Then rotate briskly to your most hydrodynamic position on the other side. This will imprint a slight degree of overlap in your timing. It will also connect your arms to the power of the core.
And finally, if I take out any pauses at all, I'm just swimming regular backstroke, whole stroke.
At age 55 and lacking any special backstroke talent, I swim a style I call backstroke for boomers, striving for comfort, efficiency, and an improving sensitivity to the water. To improve balance, I relax back until my hips and legs feel light. When my balance is good, I have quiet water around my face and little or no splash. I try to recover in a straight line from exit to entry and slice my hand in, pinky first. As I rotate, I try to keep a straight line from the top of my head to my toes. Turning my palm down after entry helps me trap the water better. I try to keep holding the water firmly as I turn my palm toward my feet. To improve rotation, I focus on rhythmically driving each hip toward the surface and feeling each shoulder clear the water. This view shows the stroke's down-up-down pattern. After viewing this, I'll be working on getting a bit more out of the finish on each stroke. Osh, being 25 years younger and a more natural backstroker, demonstrates a more efficient and fluent style. Like me, he rotates around his head-spine line. He holds the water more effectively on his catch and finishes a bit farther down his body. In a strong current, notice how the water passes close around his face and how patiently he begins his stroke, especially his left hand. Here you can see how much he rotates around the head-spine line. From this angle, you can see how his elbow